Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avataravarishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. Sri Ramakrishna is speaking. A man cannot realize God unless he renounces everything mentally. A sadhu cannot lay things up. Birds and wandering monks do not make provision for the morrow. Such is the state of my mind that I cannot carry even clay in my hand. Once when Hriday tormented me, I thought of leaving this place and going to Benares. I thought of taking some clothes with me, but how could I take money? So I could not go to Benares. All laugh. That is how the main thing is how to renounce mentally. A man cannot realize God unless he renounces everything mentally. Because physically he has duties and responsibilities. He has entangled himself. He has to unentangle himself and come out. First, he should not have entered into it. He has entered, and now, just like you got employed in an office, till you resign and come away, all the duties and responsibilities you have to discharge. Nothing can be avoided. Like that, once you enter the family life, till everything is, all the responsibilities and duties are fulfilled, you cannot run away or escape from it. Wherever you go, that guilt and duties will remain pestering you. The karmic load, you have promised someone of taking care and you are leaving half the way and coming away. It is a different case if you are going to totally renounce because of the dispassion it has sprung up from within. You want to realize God, it is so intense that you are not able to take care of yourself. That's a different case that you are going to renounce and go away. But when you are sound, yet you are capable of doing, and otherwise it will become like escaping from work and duties and responsibilities. You want to escape from there and you are running away in the name of renunciation. Here, Sri Ramakrishna says, no, as long as duties are pestering and you have not got that ecstatic love of God, that you are not able to take care of yourself, in that case, you have to mentally renounce. Mentally renounce means without attachment to live in the household itself with all others, without attachment, but with great love and concern, serving all, loving all. Not out of attachment. If you do anything because of attachment, because of any inner seeking, I am loving my family for my enjoyments, then it becomes a karma. I am just doing my duties and responsibility I am discharging without seeking anything in return from them. Then it becomes a sadhana. Spiritual practice for you fast evolves. Because with love and care and concern, he is working as if they are all his own and he has that great desire to be with the family. It looks like that. But internally, he is unattached. This is what Sri Ramakrishna calls mentally renounce. That it is extreme thing that he cannot carry cannot keep anything, is explaining that state, the acme, the ultimate state of renunciation, that he cannot carry, that he cannot touch metal, because coins and other things are made out of metal. He is not able to touch metal. How much of deep that is in the consciousness, it works as a reflex. Now, independent of mind, intellect and heart, something works is called reflex. Now, you are just sitting in somebody just touches a hot iron or something. Immediately how, without thinking, immediately how you take it out. Or when your leg slips, then how you immediately try to restore before you can think what has happened. So that reflex is in like that. It reflects. It works as a reflex because it is directly controlled by the consciousness, not by mind or intellect. No other part interferes in it. So that is Sri Ramakrishna's ultimate state where he cannot carry anything. We may not need to go to that extent, but to mentally renounce and take care of others as long as duty pertains and as long as they are there as the subjects to be taken care. Sri Ramakrishna assures, keep going, keep going. As you go closer to God, God will go on reducing your duties and responsibilities because you will not be able to pay your attention to those things because of the immersion in God. Your mind is getting absorbed in God, that you are not able to pay attention to the things. Anything, even studies, even something, engaging your music practice or something in which you are getting immersed, you will be finding difficulty in paying your attention to other things. What to speak of the absorption in God? At that stage, God will go on reducing the duties by replacing, by someone comes and takes the responsibility and relieves himself. To Mahima. You are a householder, therefore you should hold both this and that, both to the world and to the God. Mahima. Sir, can one who holds that can hold this also? Master. Once sitting on the bank of Ganges near Panchavati, holding a rupee in one hand and clay in another, I discriminated. The rupee is clay, clay is verily rupee, and the rupee is verily clay, and then threw the rupee into the river. But I was little frightened. How foolish of me to offend Goddess of Fortune, Lakshmi. I thought, what shall I do if she does not provide me with food anymore? Then, like Hazra, I sought help in a ruse. I said to the goddess, Mother, you dwell in my heart. Once the Divine Mother was pleased with a man's austerities and said to him, You may ask a favor of me. O Mother, he said, if you are pleased with me, grant me that I may eat from a golden plate with my grandchildren. Now in one boon, the man got everything, grandchildren, wealth and gold plate, all love. Here, the question is holding on to the two. Can you hold on to this and that, God and as well as the world? World means he is not after the worldly enjoyments. He is in the world to perform his duties and responsibilities which are inevitable. Those which are not inevitable can be left out. Which are inevitable, you have to do, otherwise you cannot escape from that. It is not the bondage of social limitations or legal limitations or bound. He is bound by nature, Mother Nature. Laws of nature is binding him. So he cannot escape from that. When the mind is freed from woman and gold, it can be directed to God and become absorbed in Him. Once a devotee went to Ramana Maharshi and asked him, what will happen if I don't think of God? Ramana Maharshi is telling one of the devotees, with the devotee, another friend has gone with him. Ramana Maharshi tells the devotee, think of God always. Then the other person who has gone with him asks, if I don't think of God, what will happen? Ramana Maharshi says, if you don't think of God, you will think of world, that's all. Nothing happens. There are only two entities. One is God, one is world. If you don't hold on to God, then you'll be holding on to world. Nothing happens. But you see what a great difference. One is on the path of evolution, another is on the path of involution. So mind freed from, once the mind is freed from the world, it immediately, like a suction, you are going to stand in front of a huge suction and you're standing and it gets switched on and you are gone inside. Irresistibly, you are taken in. Like that, the worldliness drops away. That is what is holding us. The chains are binding us. The moment it is released, we move fast towards the God. When mind is freed from woman and gold, it can be directed to God and become absorbed in Him. Not only diverted, not only turning the direction, but get absorbed in it. It is bound, it is the bound alone that can be freed. If you are bound, you can be freed. It is the bound alone who can be freed. The moment the mind turns away from God, it's bound. When does the lower needle of the pair of scales move away from the upper one? When the pan is pressed down by weight, woman and gold is that weight. Two needles will be facing each other when pans are unequal. The lower needle and upper needle. If you put a little weight in the pan weighing scale, then it gets deflected. So weight is what decides the deflection. Woman and gold, the enjoyments of the world and its possessions are what pulls it down. And the upper is the divine, supreme. Lower is the jiva. It moves away. Why does a child cry on coming out of the mother's womb? With its cry it says, as it were, just see where I am now. In my mother's womb, I was meditating on the lotus feet of God. But see where I have come now. It is coming out. It was in deep meditation with God. At the moment of, immediately after the moment of conception, the first egg formed is absolutely equal to its only consciousness will be there. Neutralized consciousness, which is one with the absolute existence. That is the Sahasrara that forms. From there, up to Prithvi Tattva, one by one layer forms along the spine, from head downwards. It elongates to reach the Muladhara. One by one levels of consciousness form. The lowest is the earthly material world. From the spiritual, grossification takes place to the gross material world. To Mahima, you should renounce mentally. Live the life of a householder in the spirit of detachment. Live in the guise of a householder. As if you are intensely attached, intensely seeking enjoyments from outer person looking is why he is so much involved in the world. It looks like, but you are totally free from within. He is not attached to anything. He is running about to serve and give, nothing to himself. Nor does he enjoy anything of this world. Inside, he is gripping God, he is weeping. When you relieve me from this world totally, I am doing all the duties and discharging my responsibilities because you have kept me here. The day you release, I will be totally yours forever and ever. To Mahima, you should renounce mentally. Today's class began with the renouncing mentally. You should renounce mentally. Live the life of a householder in the spirit of detachment. Detachment internally is detached and externally is running about and doing. External doesn't see internal. External people are outside. They see your movements, they don't see your heart. God sees only heart, He doesn't see the movement. Where are you? What are you doing? He doesn't see. What are your bhavanas? God sees the bhavanas, man sees the actions. Mahima. Can a man live in the world if his mind is once directed to God? Most of the people have this doubt. If you give the mind to God, you cannot work in the world. He is asking, Sri Ramakrishna, can a man live in the world if his mind is once directed to God? He doesn't know that once his mind is diverted to God, something from beyond is going to link to a universal media. Is going to link to universal truth. He can do and undo anything then. Power of God is working through him. And then infinite, it is unending. It is always filled with knowledge, wisdom, love. And that is going to work now. You will be doing, by directing your mind to God, being in the householder duties and working in the world. When you are linked to the divine, you are directing your mind to divine. Then imagine the God's power working through you. You can do much more. You will be able to give more love to your people because you are free from the bonds of the world. Once you direct your mind to God, you can do wonders in this world. All will be happy, you too will be happy. Because he is a person who doesn't seek anything from anyone. Why not? Sri Ramakrishna is telling, where will he go away from the world? I realize that wherever I live, I am always in the Ayodhya of Rama. Wherever I am in the Ayodhya of Rama. The whole is Rama's Ayodhya. After receiving instruction from his teacher, Rama said that he would renounce the world. Dasharatha sent the sage Vishwamitra to Rama to dissuade him. Vasishtha found him filled with intense renunciation. He said to Rama, "First of all, reason with me, Rama. Then you may leave the world. May I ask you if the world is outside God? If that is so, then you may give it up." Rama found that God alone, who has become the universe and all living beings, everything in the world appears real on account of God's reality behind it. Thereupon Rama became silent. The thing is, God has become everything, will not be seen because I have occupied and possessed a part of it as mine. I am holding a part and looking at the rest. It will not give the correct meaning. What I am holding is the five senses, body, mind and intellect, which belongs to the Prakriti. I am owning it, not only owning, I am identifying it with that as myself. This bodily existence. Bodily existence consists of the Pancha Mahabhuta made up of body made up of Pancha Mahabhuta, then senses, five senses through which it's working, Buddhi, Manas, Karmendriyas, energies, prana, the Saptadasha Avayava, and he is holding on to that. And with that, he is seeing the rest of the world. So world is looking like that. If he releases this, what he is holding as body and mind, as the belonging, then observe the world, then you will see God. Can you see this world independent of your senses, mind and intellect? Then you will be able to see God alone there. Now you are not able to see because you are coveting something as myself. This bodily existence, you are separated from the world and taking it as myself and see. So it is looking like world because it is God is short by myself, my bodily existence. Put this back into the world and then go out of the universe and look at it. You will see God alone. Rama has become, all these things will be. That knowledge Vasishtha gives to Rama. Rama, just look at it. You are thinking. Now, is this world outside God? When you analyze and see, God itself, Himself is there in the form of this universe. And universe contains all beings. To view the universe independent of Himself, independent of bodily existence, he has to separate from his bodily existence and look at the universe. When he separates from the body and looks at it, he sees, oh, this is God, it is not world. Immediately, you separate yourself and look at this world. From the bodily existence separate and look at this word, it is God only. In the world, a man must fight against passions like lust, anger, against many desires, against attachment. It is convenient to fight from the inside effort, from his own home. At home, he gets his food and other help from his wife. In Kali Yuga, the life of a man depends entirely on food. It is better to get food at one place than to knock at 7 doors for it. Living at home is like facing the battle from a fort. You are safe there in the lap of Mother, as if you are comfortable, you have some helps always available who can take care of you in every field. It is some kind of security is there. See, when we sleep at night, we come inside, close all the doors and windows, making provision for the fresh air to come inside. Some means the grill is put, then mosquito proof is done, and the doors are kept open, windows are kept open, and then he sleeps. But what happens, you see? As if he feels he is completely secured. Where is the security? Within the house, fully closed, your life may go away, and or however strongly you have fenced your door, still somebody can just push and come inside. After all, it is a wooden door. Anytime anybody can come. But that secure, he feels secured and sleeps off. But death doesn't wait for any kind of security. Or you see that Bhagavatas coming into picture. How that king who got the curse that a snake will bite and die. How it happened, you see, just a fruit goes inside, and from fruit he emerges out. That is the beginning of how the Bhagavata came into people's hand. Today it's being worshipped. Parikshit's life is the fully secured by all means, but the death has to come. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.